I know she was a fan favorite. There are a lot of people who loved her as a player. The fans sat up here and we were down below playing, and they would pound on the thing and they go, "Score, Lenore! Score, Lenore!"
I took a visit, and it was one of the coldest, stormiest of winter days. And of course, I didn't think I could cancel that visit, so I showed up anyways. And Audrey Perk, who was in the hall here and one of my teammates, was the person who gave me my campus tour. Took me around to the buildings, showed me the gym and all that kind of stuff. I really like the historic nature of the architecture. I wasn't necessarily real thrilled with Ganfield Gymnasium, but it has a good floor. I was just looking forward to going to school and opening a new chapter in my book. Carroll, at that point, had the reputation of being the Harvard of the Midwest. You knew going in that it wasn't going to just be easy peasy, so you better have your nose to the books as well as taking care of your sports. Of course, you're on pins and needles because you want to do well, and I was looking forward to learning more, and I could see the skill level of my teammates was going to help with that. You can't be afraid to try things, put yourself out there, know you're going to improve. Our team was pretty close. Emotionally, physically, we had all these skills kind of meshed. The first practices, you kind of just figure you don't want to screw up. And after that, you just play. So I didn't feel a competition, I felt a team.
She was the best teammate. She was always there for us. If you'd make a mistake, she'd kind of come over and say, "It's all right, get the next one." She was that person. You know, she never judged. It was wonderful. She was very clever and funny and witty, and so she would keep things light. A lot of us were super serious athletes, and then she would say something and she'd bring us all back to laughing and where you need to be as a teammate. She always showed her intensity. And I think people appreciate that in a player when they can get into a tough situation. And the game was very physical, especially basketball was tremendously physical compared to today's game. And so, you know, to go up and score over people was a big deal. She was that physical enforcer kind of defensive player and a silent assassin as an offensive player. And then she'd have that little smile afterwards, and they just loved her.
I remember us winning when we weren't supposed to win. The state schools really didn't want Carroll to show them up. And we had a situation where the uniforms, somehow the colors got mixed up and who was supposed to wear what color the next day. Our coaches had to take our uniforms, go to the laundromat, get everything washed, and we had mismatched shorts versus tops, and we were so psyched up. We were so psyched up just because of the extra effort and the adrenaline it gave us. There were no turnovers. We had no turnovers at all in that game. When the game was done, there was like a hush. Everybody was quiet except for us, because we were expected to not win. The hurdle of, oh my God, what are we going to do? And I don't want to wear that uniform again. And I mean, it sounds simple, but it was what pushed us over the edge.
Well, at first, because I was the leader of the team, you know, she filled her role and, you know, played it very well. And then when I graduated, she had 2 more years. And I call her the bridge between the old years of Carroll basketball and the new era of Carroll basketball when Dan Steffen started coaching. And she took all the qualities of championship teams you know, the determinedness, the hardcore, you know, the hard work ethic, and bridge them to all the championship years with Amy van den Langenberg and that group, Lynn Dussault, and a lot of them are in the Hall of Fame already. When you have a winning team, you can't let that go. And that's one of the greatest things she gave to Carroll, was she did not let that winning culture go. She persevered, even though there were new coaches, new players, new ways of doing things. She kept that for Carroll, which is amazing.
Wow. Mike Schulist gave me a call, and I was just flabbergasted, just amazed. Especially graduating back in '80, I'm thinking, wow, they remember us old folks back then. I remember taking classes in Van Male, and dotted around one of the classrooms were the plaques from the Hall of Famers at that point. And you could just kind of look around, see and read and think, wow, someday that would be really nice to have done that. And after Mike called, I thought of that. It was an amazing part of life. It was foundational. It's something that I'll cherish forever. Just my whole experience at Carroll just was nothing I could have expected, and more than I expected.